Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2, the Cuban edition, which last episode we finally set up our shipping route which now transports the alcohol and cigars from mainland Cuba all the way down to our brand new trading partner of Jamaica. And in Jamaica, they sell us that Jamaican tobacco, wink wink nudge nudge, to take back to produce more cigars. Things are going really well for us, to the point right now where we recently just had our biggest income year to date, which stands at 25.4 million. Now with all this extra cash, we're going to hopefully add and expand and increase our current infrastructure. This will be a very simple way in which we can guarantee more money, these industries grow, and the extra profit we then start making will be invested into the Cuban infrastructure to start expanding the public transport from city to city. So if you are enjoying this series so far, please make sure you smash that like button down below, subscribe if you are new so you do get notified when more episodes do come out. So I think what we're going to do first then is we're just going to reevaluate what's going on around here right now to see if we can have any benefit moving forward. Now it looks like there is a lot of goods on the platform waiting right now. So I'm assuming the distillery over here has since upgraded itself, which it looks like it has, which it could do with some more deliveries. Now, if I was to just quickly edit this vehicle, I'm assuming we have the best cargo wagons available right now. If I go by build date, oh no, we've got new tankers we can actually replace the vehicles with. So new tankers. Oh no, hold on. Is it tank? Yeah, it is tankers. I had to think for a second. This one does 12. Hold on, let me do it by capacity. So new tankers there. These do 12. And then we've got new gondolas, which also do 12 as well. So if I'm to delete... Do you know what? We're going to replace the trains because we can get a more powerful train on these too. So let's replace these vehicles. And let's say we go... We don't have diesel electric just yet. We're going to go steam related. And if I do it by build date on this... And then we got a couple of different options. Now, we're using the 3.5, which I don't think is an issue. No, I actually don't think it's an issue. So is there a point in me replacing the actual engine itself? I don't think there is. Actually, do you know what? They're not the 3.5s. They're the PLM 220s. Okay, we are replacing them. The 3.5s. And then cargo-wise, we've got the ability to split them. So if I go for between these two tankers... This one's lighter. It's longer, but it's lighter. So it's 5 tons less. So everyone is 5 tons less that the vehicle needs to pull. So if I add in enough right now, we had a 70 capacity before, but we'll go 96. And then gondolas, we'll go for the lighter one. We'll do 96 as well. And that's 18 million to replace both trains, which is actually quite wild, but we'll make that money back pretty quick moving forward. So we need 18.7, which we've now got. Bam. So not only will the trains be able to carry more, but they'll be a lot faster right now and a lot more efficient. So this is what we're going to do. We're just going to try and keep investing right now into this infrastructure. Now, in doing so, the alcohol run that brings it down to here and then brings it down to here looks like it needs to be upgraded as well. And I think that might benefit from just having a second train, I think. I think that would really benefit from having a second train. Now, without me actually changing the train and upgrading it just yet, we're going to look towards first creating the little slippy slip here for the carriages to make its way to that line from the depot. And we'll add a second one, so we'll to increase the rate and capacity rather than just increasing the capacity, which I think is going to be really important. But I'm not sure how much we'll need to actually duplicate that train. Now, this one coming up right now is a brand new one containing, right, the new capacity limits compared to the previous one. So I'd like to see how much more money we're now going to be making. Right, this is now coming in. How much does it make per delivery? 1.8 million. That's actually not too bad. So this is definitely going to get more goods faster. It's down to this to deliver it a bit more. So can I duplicate now? Not enough money just yet. I actually don't know how much that's going to cost me. I actually don't know. So we're going to have to hold fire on that one for just a moment. But the bigger that train is, the more goods it delivers, and then the more filled up the ships would be. So this ship here going back is not technically filled up because there wasn't enough goods for it to collect in general. So we need to figure out then, how much has it now got on board? 74. We now need to figure out then how much it's going to cost me to duplicate this train. Very important. So at 4.7, no, 5.2, we can't do it. That's about to drop off in just a second. At 6.5? Aha! There we go. Right, we've got a second train on that line for now. That should do us some justice. Okay. We haven't got to worry about the tobacco now because there will be an indefinite amount of stuff on there as those keep transporting. So that's all good. Do you reckon it's time we add in a few more ships? It's a tricky one to kind of navigate this. I think for now, no, not until we start getting large backlogs on the harbours. So this whole new system, I think for now is okay to just leave and see where it all just bottoms out at that point. We've got the second train now on the go, so we'll have double collections, double deliveries, double productions of the actual end product of alcohol. And as the ship number keeps increasing, this will slowly level up at the same time as well. Right, let's leave that then, and let's take a look at what we've currently got going on elsewhere. So now that we've got a bit of additional cash coming in, is it now time to take a look at upgrading some of these lines and capacities? I think the answer is going to be yes. I think it's going to be yes. Now, I don't think I have the ability right now to set up a double line system. I think it's just making this train larger capacity. So let's manage this vehicle and let's edit this. So this does have the 3.5 on, and it is using the gondola system here. And it's a 204 capacity. So if I got rid of that, it's exactly what we thought it would be. But I'm going to add in now to 240, which is quite a lot more. A lot more carriages. That'll be interesting. This train does not come back full to the brim. And that's because this food plant here kind of misses out. But I can't get more delivered even if I tried. And that's where I said, is it worthwhile to kind of double up on the train track system right now to have more deliveries? Yes and no. Yes and no. It's hard when it's a 2-to-1 system. That's the problem. It is hard when it's a 2-to-1 system. Now, does this have the best of the best boxcars? It does. I'm going to add it to a 240 capacity here. So it is slightly small increments in increasing make a world of a difference. It really does. It's a single line, so it doesn't really matter how long it is. That's the benefit for us there. So that will now deliver even more tobacco at this point. Off that now goes. Filled to the brim. And it's run out of food to then keep producing. So, yeah, we do need to increase the rate. I'm hoping that this extra amount, this is the first time it's delivering the extra amount, is enough to kind of keep us consistently going. But we'll have to keep our eyes peeled on that one, boys. We really, really need to keep our eyes peeled on it. But with bigger capacity means also more cigars being delivered back at the same time. So it works here, there, and everywhere. It really does. But are we delivering enough grain back? So that grain route, is there better vehicles we can now replace them for? So we go cargo, we search it by capacity. We're using these green ones, which the answer at the minute is no. So as of now then, I think this is the best we can do without any major overhauls. Yeah, without any major overhauls, this is the best we can do, but there's definitely something here we can do. I reckon we should think about doubling up on this train system. So, to do minimal changes and to do minimal effort, what I could do is run a second line that complements the existing grain line here. Bring it down to about there, to which it then turns in. Okay? And then bring it up to here, which... Does it make sense to run it? I can't really run it through, which is okay. So I'll just delete all this for just a minute. And then bring you to there. And then bring you in. Which now means I get to set up a signal system. Okay. And I'm going to put you there, you there. And then we'll do... I mean, I could do it on the road, but I'm going to do this one just there. And there. I'm going to make this one align a little bit better. So what that allows me now to do is to, in theory, put down a second train. Now, it doesn't need to be as long as this. So let me wait for this to drop off. Right, and what I'll do is I'll edit this to take off 1, 2, 3, 4 carriages. So we'll modify that. Then I'll duplicate that train. So we will have 2 trains on that line because it now runs both sides. Because that's I think, the weak link in this whole system. I think that is the weak link in this whole system right now. And we won't need any more than 2. And we could eventually apply the same logic to the tobacco, but we're kind of losing out on tobacco there. The only benefit for that food line is we have sugar and grain being delivered. Whereas only got 1 tobacco plant there, unless we bought tobacco from somewhere else. Which, looking around, there isn't really... I mean, there's some over here which could also be shipped in to increase the tobacco production. But again, that's a big infrastructure build on its own moving forward. Right, 2 trains, which should, again, make a world of a difference right now. We should have consistent deliveries, consistent food production, but it might come at a cost. It might come at a huge cost, that. Right, we're waiting for better vehicles. I'm not sure when we're going to get them. I could add more, but bigger capacity is always better. It's always better. So, yeah, that would do for now. We'll keep our eyes peeled on this. But that's going to keep consistently producing food, which is going to cause this factory to level up again. No, I know, it's getting wild now, isn't it? I think we need more vehicles. Oh, let's change the vehicles on this line. Replace them for these. So, faster and bigger capacity. See, we've missed out on 1 little trailer there, but it's okay for a minute. It's okay. It's okay. Right, we've made the train faster. But now do we need to look at duplicating said train? I'm going to do it. We're going to duplicate the train. I'm going to have a second one come out on us right now. And now we're twice as efficient. Hopefully making twice as much money. Remains to be seen. The lemon farm over here, it can't produce as quick as we are pretty much delivering them. So we might have to take a few vehicles there. So all my current lines are now up to date. We've reinvested back into them, which is great. So we can, in theory, start thinking about what the next steps are going to be. Now, are we looking to expand the current industries, or are we looking to invest into our infrastructure? These are the big questions we've now got to think of. Now, when it comes to a new overhaul of our transportation line, I eventually want to set it up where it either complements a high-speed route, a commuter route, maybe a cargo route thrown on it as well, which is going to mean transforming these stations to be quite dramatic. Okay? They really are. They really, really are going to be quite dramatic at that point. But other than that, it's fine. I know we've got to do a lot of transformations in Havana because of that mountain stuff. But yeah, we could also produce alcohol here, I'm just realizing. That's even more hilarious. And here is the USA, boys. Here is the USA. So, let's take a quick look over here right now. I want to take a look at this line because obviously we've upgraded the trains. They've had a few circulations right now. And I expect them to be less filled up. Because we need these to be able to keep delivering. So I think we might have reached our limits right now on what we can give it. Unless we start bringing in goods from other areas to up those numbers. So yeah, I think we might have found our little limit at the minute. Little limit at the minute. That sounds hilarious. That does sound hilarious right now. So the other side of it is we could also export from here all the way to Haiti. But does that feel too far out of the way at that point? Would the shipping be a little bit too slow? We could create other areas of industry around here. But at the minute, let's just see what's losing us money. So we have one line losing us money, which is the line that we've doubled up on the trains. Right, okay. So 2 trains was too much. And I think the issue is because they need to level up a bit more to produce a bit faster. Now, they can't level up because we don't really have any other cities around that require the alcohol. Right? We don't have those unless we ship them. I mean, we could ship it elsewhere. We need to give that another buyer. But that needs a bottling plant buyer, doesn't it? And we've got one further down there, which is again out of the way. It just can't produce as quick. So we might have to kind of now like fine tune the trains to just get rid of extra dead weight. Is that the right way to put it? So the finance on the line then, we're at pretty much break-even point. Because they're not filled to the brim. That's the downside. That really is the downside. Right, okay, let's think about this. I could take a couple of carriages off each train. So, edit them. Delete, 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 delete. So again, a little bit more money back, which means they're then technically cheaper to run. And that could work out in our favor. Now, is the same thing happening to this line? Not really, but I know we're not super efficient. I know that. We need more custom. We need more shipment. We need that. We need this to upgrade to demand more. But then again, we need this to upgrade as well. We need to get those transport numbers up. And that's what comes down to the shipping. So I think it's a long-running process. It's just waiting for the boats, because then they've also got to drive it in. Which, oh, okay. There seems to be a lot here waiting. So I'm going to duplicate another 10 vehicles. And hopefully that gets through that backlog. That might be the issue there. Is the backlog here is not allowing us to upgrade in time. Right, we'll see what happens once we've got these 10 vehicles in. So that'll take a nice little dent of goods. And hopefully spread out over time, it's more frequent. And do you reckon it's worth me building some buildings on this just to allow us to have... Really? You can't build buildings? Just to allow us to kind of claim a bit more backlog so nothing is really going to waste. That could be a possibility. Right, we'll see how that gets on. Let's leave it for now then. Let's leave it all for now. Because I'm pretty happy with how it's kind of turning out. So I make sure that my other lines aren't losing cash. Because that wouldn't be Very, very good. There's new ships now available. I don't quite know if we're ready for new ships on that front just yet. But we'll see. So that's definitely leveled up. I think it's leveled up a couple more times because it's now going to be demanding more food. Which it's maxing that sugar plant out. But that train's no longer being maxed out. So we need more grain coming back from Mexico. There's only so much you can put on here right now. Is there a lot waiting for us? Right, we're going to configure this and we're going to upgrade this next. We're going to give it multiple stop-off points here. So we can unload and load 4 vehicles at once, I should say. So I can add more vehicles on this line. So manage the line. Here we're going to allow them to obviously stop off at all there, stop off at all there, why not? And then add in another 20 vehicles. I know it seems overkill, but it's definitely needed. And do we allow the cigar route to pick up from both sides? We do. But I'm now going to transform these. Oh, hold on. We've got vehicles that now carry 8. Well, depending on certain cargo, but 7 all cargo. Right, let me grab the other line. So 7 it now carries. And they'll be a lot faster as well at the same time. Right, that's huge. That's a huge change. Like a real huge change right there. Okay. So definitely picking up more grain now, by the way. That will slowly get chomped. But we've now gotten bigger vehicles, so that's going to be a huge change for us. We should have more grain coming back. And let me just double check Jamaica's vehicles right now. Because I can now manage these and transform these. So the whole line was carrying, well, it was carrying. They were carrying these. So it's an extra 1 cargo per vehicle. It doesn't seem much, but when you have 20 vehicles, it's 20 cargo per loop. So it works out in a weird way. It really does. Right, okay. Let me just double check this cigar factory. You seem to be getting your stored goods. You're okay. There's a ship coming in right now. So far, so good. That transport number should now increase, which the shipment number should increase. And if this can upgrade, then the dominoes start falling for all the other industries. It's a big knock-on effect. Right. We definitely should be getting now so much more grain being delivered to the harbour. Which each ship now going back, that one's full. See, that one wasn't, and neither was this one. But every ship now going back should be full with grain. Which is what's needed to produce and keep producing more food and keeping these trains here filled up. Right, line's making money. This one is losing money again. It's losing money again right now. But we need this to upgrade. It's so close to upgrading. If this plant can upgrade, this, there we go. The bottling plant's now upgraded. If I was about to say, if that upgrades, it demands more. Which demands more from the distillery. Which then it produces more. And then the trains are more filled. This is the knock-on effect right now we're speaking of. So that is going to level up. This is only 2 levels at the moment. It's in level 3. This is about to go into level 2. So it's about to be level 2. This is already level 2, trying to get through level 3. It might make this start leveling up. So we're just going to wait for this to be done. While I wait, is it worth me looking at ships? So this route here. We are using these Donara class. I have these, which are... oh. These are faster, and they carry more cargo. Replace. I'm going to replace my other ships as well. Right, they're so much faster. Right, this is about to level up. Right, which is important. I'm going to wait for the level up to now happen. Any minute now, boys. Any minute now. Right, that's now just leveled up. So it now produces more and then starts to demand more. Which is now making this level up, which will produce more and then start demanding more. You see where that's going? So that line that was losing money should now start technically making more money as it's able to produce more. Oh, exciting stuff. Real exciting stuff now, boys. I've got faster ships and they can carry more goods. So I'm going to replace them for the Mexico route as well. So grab these, replace for them. And they're now a little bit faster. Do they look right? I don't know. But they carry 130 and they go up to like, what, 40 kilometers or something like that? 32, sorry. Was it 32? Yes, we were previously going 25. And they are the fastest ships that we can buy currently. So yeah, makes sense. Makes complete and utter sense. A lot of goods on the platform right now. It could be a possibility where we could now start adding an extra boat to this line. That could also be a possibility. Oh, that's now picking up. And is that train now going back full? Not quite. That's not quite. But with the increased grain coming back, it should make a bit of a difference. Right, has this now leveled up, by the way? Oh, it has. It's going up to the next level. 2 levels back to back? Holy moly. Possibilities are endless here, boys. Right, is that line profitable now? It is slightly. It is slightly. That's leveling up again. I wonder if it's going to level up another time after this, or is that its new level? But that means we're producing alcohol so much quicker to take it to the bottling plant. Right, leveled up. Good stuff. I think that's its new level. I think that's going to be its new level. So it will then start demanding more. Which is causing the sugar farm to now level up, which this will start producing more. We'll have more goods on the trains. It's just one big knock-on effect. It's what we like to see. It's what we like to see, boys. Are we okay over here right now? Just to double check those vehicles. Seem to be okay. Is Jamaica loving this new stuff, by the way? The charts, they're growing. They're on the way to tripling in their original size. Very happy with that. I'm very happy with all of it right now, how this has all turned out. It's just making sure we're taking advantage of it all. So yeah, I'm happy with it. So all my lines should be profitable, right? And they are. So the 2 export routes, Jamaica and Mexico, the 2 export routes to other countries are our most profitable lines. So it just goes to show right now, we make more money exporting our Cuban goods to other countries. Makes so much more sense and also makes us so much more money. Glorious. Absolutely glorious. So I think we're ready there. Oh, we got new trucks. I think we're ready right now to maybe start looking at seeing how we can integrate bigger transportation lines and lead us to other cities and other areas. So I think we keep it pretty basic at the moment. We just extend onto this, which would mean continuing to move a little bit forward. Now, I'm going to do something because I can now afford it. I'm going to do this that I've wanted to do for so long, and that's now slightly Oh, actually, I wonder if... I'm about to say the train track would allow me to go under. And it's not going to. Which is okay. But it's pretty awkward anyway, so I'm going to delete you, delete you, delete you. I know it's quite negative, that, and I know a lot of you are not going to like me doing that. But I need to do it so I can kind of flatten off the area. And I'll smooth it all off to put it all back to normal. Okay. It's now all being smoothened again. So it's a better gradient between the areas. There we go. A much better gradient. So let me extend the train line. So let me first just make it go and lead out straight. Which, let me just cancel that and come off that. Let's do that again. Now I could give it a slight bend. I give it a slight arch so it kind of goes more with the landscape, which really does work out. And the first stop for this next train would be into Matanza. Is it Matanz? Matanaz? Before going on to Colon over there. So we've got to lead the train line over. So it's more likely to kind of bend round and then turn to kind of go into this way. To which I can see us having another turn that way and then in. So the train station would be good to go across. I could do the outer road or I could do the inner road. It doesn't really make much difference for us. But if I was to do 2 sets of tracks, so we're on both sides, this is where this will get built. It's obviously going to transform its height. So I wonder if I just smoothen off a little bit. Because some of these roads are higher than others and we got to be a little bit careful. And if I did it on the inner side, I'm basing it off that road being a bump there. So what if I bought this road going through like that? Deleted you for just a minute. Because that's how the city would naturally grow anyway. And if I was then able to drop my train station... I wonder if I drop my train station here, it's low enough that that then creates a tunnel. Because I can create bus routes to give us better connections. Let me play around with this. Because this is all stuff that we're going to eventually change moving forward. But I don't think I need to worry too much about this. Because I can do something like this. And I can create that underground. Is that underground? I suppose it all depends on how far you run it. No, not really, but I don't think I need to worry about it yet. But what I will do, because I don't like how the road there is running, I'm going to get rid of that road. And then that's where the road here would naturally run through. I'm going to smoothen off this area. Make it feel a bit better. So by that logic then, I'm actually going to delete the train station one more time. Because it is something that we're going to obviously eventually change and incorporate in different ways. So I might as well just drop the train station here. Maximize the train station's reach by building the buildings either side as well. Smoothing that off a little bit. And it is an area on a hill, so you're not going to get it perfect. And I think we'll extend our line from Havana to Matanza. Matanas? I'm trying to figure out the correct pronunciation. I'm terrible at name pronunciations, guys. I really, really am. So I think it will be good to kind of bend, follow this around, and then kind of wiggle itself in like this with the way the landscape goes. So I wonder if it's possible to utilize you. Get rid. So we've come off 2 track lengths off this. But then if I also come off 2 track lengths. Oh, if I go about there and I'll go there. To see if I can incorporate both of these. So that would run around like this. Which the speed limit does drop a little bit, but it's slow commuter routes at the moment. They're never really going to be going that fast. So then if I delete to this point where I can then, in theory, run straight-ish. Right, I'm deleting that road. And I wonder if it makes sense to kind of run it like that. So you do get a little bit of a tunnel, which it does go through a mountain. So you have to kind of understand that. We'll keep that in. And then run us down to there. And then we'll use a little bit of smoothie right now. Just on the outer bits. And running down our track line. Okay, that works great to there. And then we've got to lead this all in. So I reckon bring it down, then we turn it to go up this way to kind of meet there. So I reckon we pick it to run like this. So this is a random spot we're picking. And then that runs so far. Right, glorious. So we're trying to follow the elevation. We're trying to follow the contours. We're trying to follow the current road infrastructure just to mainly complement it. Right, now if I ran this directly in, I want to see how this tries to make itself look. So I reckon there could be fine. Unless we brought this a little bit further down. We then chose to slightly turn it to where this then comes out and then bends in this way. Right, that will do. That will do. Smoothie. I like that. I actually like how it bends and twists around. It feels like this small little commuter route is following the contours of the land. Looks a bit crazy here, but it doesn't look crazy at the same time. I like the idea that they've like dug out the mountain just to be able to kind of run the train line smoothly. And then, of course, because this is now going to be the new end route, we add you in. So we no longer need the crissy-crossy there. So what we then do is we grab the line, manage it. So when it gets to Havana, we then add station to here, and then back to Havana. So Havana, you can't use both sides. Just make sure that it is on the correct one. So it comes in on the right, leaves on the left. Perfect. And then here in Matanzas? I still can't say it, can I? I still can't say it. Goes in there. And then all we got to do is set up a couple of signals. But because the track length is now a lot longer, it now warrants us a lot more to build or to get additional trains. All right, we'll do this one there on the road. It now does, and do this one the same on the road as well. And there could be a possibility where we add in an extra 2 trains. I'm going to put that signal there just so as soon as it's crossed, the next one can go. But even though, you know, it doesn't make sense, that one. Right. Now, the radius reaches there, which is great. We could do with more public transport. But now makes the line a lot longer. So there's one train. There's the other train. So we'll have a fast forward for that train to kind of skedaddle out of here. And then we'll duplicate 2 more. No, we'll duplicate 1. Alright, wait for this to head back. Is what we'll do. And then just, I'm trying to get them more spaced out. So that train's now on the way to the new town. So when this gets to there, we'll duplicate. So it's making its way up right now. So I'll duplicate now. That train's getting over there for the first time. I can see us having our high-speed line. Because our high-speed line, it will kind of avoid some cities. It will, like, bunny hop them. I can see it coming up to Havana and then coming down and then continuing to go straight into Colon over there, avoiding this town where the commuter route goes to. That sounds pretty good if you ask me. Right, where's that other train? It's just there at the station. Do we need 4 or do you reckon we can get away with 3? I think we can get away with 3. We'll see how we get on with 3, boys. So a brand new town for them to now commute to, which is quite exciting in many ways. You see people now making their way over here. An extra train just for the to increase the rate of delivery. We've done a lot of work now improving the infrastructure and the cargo carrying capabilities. All right, that's trains full. When we start seeing more grain on the platform than the trains can carry, it's time to upgrade the trains. Right, this vehicle route here, we're going to upgrade you. So replace them. Oh, we've got Mack trucks now. They carry 9 apiece. Right, the Mack trucks are coming in next. Right, manage vehicles. Let me make this bigger. And then all lines that carry vehicles, apart from the Pina del Rio food, because they contain Mack trucks, right? Yeah, so get rid of them. Select them all, replace with the Mack trucks, all cargo, 9 apiece. That was a big upgrade, but a needed upgrade, by the way. They now carry a lot more goods. Right, we're making progression. We are making progression. It's what we like to see. This town now has brand new connections. For now. For now, boys. How are we doing over here right now? There now seems to be a lot more goods on the platform. So we could look towards adding a bit more to those trains again. Is that train filled to the brim? Yep. And it's all about the shipment deliveries. So all the lines making cash? They are. And they're making good cash at that as well. New ships, obviously faster, carries more cargo. We've increased the vehicle size, so that should work out. I think everything's going to plan. So do you reckon recently we've had a new profitable year to date? The answer is yes. It was previously, what was it, 25.4. We peaked then next at 42.7, and then our previous year peak at 51.6 million. Who knows what this next year is going to involve? But I think we need to spend some time on public transport moving forward. That's going to be a given. And I might need you guys to help me out with some ideas to how we could build the train lines. We're going to think about high-speed trains in the future, but I think that's when all of our main lines are pretty much all connected up. So I think at the moment then, it's just a case of running a commuter line with a cargo line, which makes the most sense because it would be good to start delivering some goods to some of these towns. Now we're starting to produce, obviously, some food. We are delivering it to Pina del Rio already. But if I can start slowly delivering it via train in small bulk quantities, that would really work out. San Cristobal also needs it, so does Havana right now. They can all slowly start getting food deliveries, which would dramatically change this area once again. Put more pressure on this food plant, right? And at the same time, we'll then need to start demanding more, which we just do not have enough stuff around. But that's maybe where these trains, or we could have a train. If I got a cargo line coming out to these cities, I can have a cargo line bringing the goods back in. So it works out in many ways, but we shall see. We shall see, we shall see, we shall see. We now have the money. We can rest a little bit easier. We're exporting to 2 countries, Cuba. We can now spend the money on your infrastructure to invest into you to make you better. Guys, hope you did enjoy this. If you did, please smash that like button down below. But until next time, I will see you all soon. So, goodbye.